I think I'm often reminded that there is no one thing in business. Really, it's everything, right? Oftentimes, as entrepreneurs, and we go into conference or we're reading books or whatever it is, we're trying to find that one thing, and every one thing is important. And as an entrepreneur, it's all about keeping all the spinning plates in the air. We've always got to be growing, so we've got to be selling and marketing and closing new deals and adding clients. We also have to have the team to be able to support all that work, right? And so always recruiting and hiring. Culture is always important. So every single department of every single business, needs to be pushed forward all the time. And so as the entrepreneur, I think it's our job to, we don't have to do everything, but we have to ensure that all those plates are spinning and that there's people to, execute and follow through on whatever vision we might have for, that department, right? If we need to grow a team of 25 or 50 people, how many people are we going to have to recruit, and job application process and interviewing, and hiring, and the onboarding of those employees. And similarly with clients, right? So all of these different things every single day, everything is important when you're the entrepreneur. When I was the solopreneur, right, in startup phase, the answer is everything. You have to do everything all day, every day, and I think you have to work your face off to get there. I think focus on everything with a little uptick in sell, 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 sell. It is so interesting to me that I read so many people posting or asking questions around, I'm about to start my business. Or I finally got everything in order and I'm ready to start my business. I got all my tools. I got everything I needed. And then they're asking the question, how do I get a customer? I would undo all of that. I think a business doesn't start until you have a check in hand from a customer, right? Then figure out how to put the pieces together and build the box and all that kind of stuff, right? Go sell whatever it is first, get a check in hand, and then figure out how to build it. So I think as a solopreneur, sales is everything, but you're also, you have to take care of everything else too. And then you get to that tipping point where you're navigating, how do I hire, or when do I hire, or whatever. I don't think there's a single best answer. For me, it was, I got tired of doing all the work myself. And so we, hired somebody. Then I was able to give them work, and I could then again have more time and energy spent on the sales, especially in startup phase. Chase the money as hard and fast as you can, because that's the most important thing. As a business grows and there's more and more team, it is a constant iteration of firing yourself as the entrepreneur. And now this person can handle, doing the work that we do. Now this person can handle the HR side. Now this person can handle the, paperwork, the accounts payable, the accounts receivable. Okay, now this person can handle, marketing or what have you. And you keep taking off all of the different hats that you wear and giving them to someone else, and constantly firing yourself from the different roles in your business. Sales is still important as a growing business, as a big business, right? It doesn't matter. Sales is, I always say this, right? Cash and money is the lifeblood of a business, and without it, a business dies.